what's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Guys, it's that time again. We are talking Shogun, episode 8, titled The Abyss of Life. Toranaga's defeated clan moves to Edo. Blackthorne must decide who he fights for. Guys, if you did not know, this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. Me and my wonderful guest are going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. That is your warning. I cannot wait to talk about this and see what my lovely guest, Miss Kimberly Kern, has to say. Ma'am, how are you doing today? Let me know. Let the good people out there know. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I have to say, I'm wearing white. In some cultures, white is the color of mourning. And this
Mm,
episode, I thought it would be appropriate to wear white because
I feel you.
I am in a state of mourning after this episode. I am sad. I am
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going to get into it. But guys, before that, if you love what me and Miss Kimberly has to say, you can follow us on social media. Our handles are on the screen. Her information is in the description box of this video. And also give this young lady a subscription to her YouTube as well. And we're going to be talking about that towards the end. Whether you're watching this on my channel or her channel, subscribe to us both. We would both really, really appreciate it. But Miss Kimberly, the first thing I have to say is, God damn it! Are you serious? What an ending! Ah! I was like, really? No, don't do it! Somebody
Bro,
jump in and save the day!
bro,
Oh man, I was floored. I'm Kim, like, I'm sad with you. I should have wore white as well. Like, damn.
man, man.
So much, the conviction, the acting, the facial expressions for Toranaga. Like, what just happened? Did he really just do that? I was bluffing. And then the score came in to enhance it all. It was just that cherry on top. It was such a beautiful and sad conglomeration of everything in
Ah,
cinema that we
that
need.
was
But
that was heavy.
man, it
That
was.
was
It was.
heavy.
Elaborate. Like, how are you feeling? You gonna be able to make it? You gonna be able to sleep tonight? Because
Dude, I gotta tell
this is
you,
my
it is
third now.
rare. Movies, I cry, but I can't think of a whole lot of TV series where I've cried. And I was just this several things made me cry. I had the ice today doing my makeup, trying to make the puffiness go down because I
Hmm.
really cried through this whole episode from Buntaro and Mariko, their
Hmm.
situation, and then Hiromatsu, and then his son, the way he honored his son, and it just was so heavy, and I didn't. I mean, I'll let you lead. I don't want to go too far into the discussion, but I there were just certain things I didn't think would happen, and
Right.
it kind of was an extreme version of Toranaga. You play too much, bro. Like you play too much. Like you
Yeah.
play too much. Like I know they said like he's legendary for all the little tricks he plays on people. Like him escaping Osaka, like that wasn't a surprise to people who have known him a long time. They were like, I see, okay, I knew he would find a way. But this one, I was like, Toranaga, you play too
Yeah, man. Definitely. I was just screaming at the screen, screaming at the screen, just like, bro, communication. Let everybody in on your plan, your trickery.
much. Best
Because
friend.
when Mariko had approached him at the end and he was, listening to the rain hit the leaves, he was like, hey, do you disagree with what happened today? She was like, we all took a loss. I don't want to, put salt on the wound. She didn't say that exactly on disagreeing with you. But he made the comment like, Asaka has to believe that my surrender is real. Are you ready for your part? Like, Is your plan that ironclad that you have to watch your best friend take his life? I don't know. It's more of a rhetorical question now that we can address to later. But we can start back on what you said with Mariko and Buntaro. You said you cried during this scene. Really? I'm
I
surprised to
did.
hear that. I thought you would have laughed and giggled, and
No,
discussed Buntaro out.
no, man. Like the redemption was such a it really got to me how,
Really?
because I think it's very rare that you see an abusive husband try to crawl his way back without being like gaslighting the whole time. Like really being sorry and really, although he didn't say like, "Hey, I'm sorry for everything I did." His contrition um, was just all over him because I thought the ceremony was beautiful. I thought it was beautiful that she said, your performance was beautiful. Like that making the matcha was a performance. That it was like a tea ceremony um, between just two people. I thought it wasn't like, hey, you want to have coffee? It's like the act of serving
Right.
someone tea in Japanese culture is a performance of elegance. And I thought that was just a beautiful moment between a husband and wife that are broken, not on her part, on his part. He broke us. He broke, you broke them. But I thought that was really beautiful the way he served her because to be so jealous of her all the time Toranaga's like, no, actually I was asking for her. And Butaro's, oh, and the way he put her down, the way he physically abused her, the way he shot an arrow inches from her face. To see him now serving her, it was just really emotional for me. But also what she said, man, that was crushing because I know you and I had discussed how that's got to be terrible that the only thing your wife has ever wanted from you is for you to let her die. And man, when she said, you're misunderstanding. It's not that I want to die. It's that, let's see, she said, you fail to understand what you have denied me wasn't death, but a life beyond your reach. I would have
Right.
sooner lived 1,000 years than to die with you like
Right.
this. Whoa, that man, I cried. That hit me because that just to me that spoke to so many struggles of not just women, anyone that's abused, men, children, anyone that's in an abusive situation. It's not that they want to die; it's that they just want a life that you totally can't provide. They just want freedom. Um, that that scene was just so beautiful and intense. And
So
I have to give credit to Anna Sawai, her acting in that, just physical acting. She didn't say much, but what she said with her body, the way she kneeled, the way they were juxtaposed, they were not facing one another. I thought that was beautiful, and it really spoke to their whole marriage. How this whole time I've been here and you've been here, and we are just missing each other. And there's no point. There's no point in you letting me. That's not a gift. There's no point. We're never going to be here. I just thought, relationship wise, that was such a deep, beautifully acted scene.
I will give you that or most of it. I agree with maybe 75% of what you're saying. And I'm not saying you're wrong. There's just a part of it where I look at it a little differently. And that is, well, I do agree with you as far as it was a very beautiful scene. I never thought in a million years that Botaro would come and just be like, you know what? I have been effing up. Let me try to take it back to, our honeymoon phase and invite my wife on a date. And I'm going to perform for her, giving her this tea. Thought it was wonderful. And she was very accepting of it too. Like, all right, you've been an a-hole. I'm going to give you a chance to make things better. But then I was like, wait a minute, is this genuine? I didn't know if he was being genuine when he asked the question, are you still under the engine spell? And she was on board, like, hey, I'm gonna give you a chance, maybe we can make up tonight physically. But he messed it up right there by asking her that, in my opinion. And that she was just like, you know what, you are still a piece of shit. You know, I thought you were coming around, but you still on your high horse, you know, wanting
I
to
can see
have your
that.
hand over me. And you jacked up, dude. You was in there. All you had to do was just cruise on in, and we could have been having some fun, some pillowing later on, but you still over here worried about the engine. And so I was like, come on, because I was with them. I was like, yeah, this is the first step to getting back on her good side, and you messed it up. And I do love the quote, you know, that you just mentioned as well. Like, yeah, you just don't get it. You know, you want to have just too much control over me and not let me, you know, be me. And he realized he messed up because he cried and was sobbing when she left. But I thought I'm just kind of surprised that it affected you that way because I know you don't like him, and so I thought you was
I
going to be
don't like him,
yeah. I thought you
but
was gonna be
it was
coming
just
here like you
interesting
be
between the moment
piece of
between a
crap.
husband and a wife like that. I mean, because it was a different side. I mean, of him, and it was that complicated. Like, can you come back from abuse? Like, if
Yeah.
somebody is truly contrite, can you come back from? I know I used to like knock you upside the head, and like, can you
Okay.
come back from that? And what kind of humility would it take for a man to be truly, truly sorry? And it just was sad. It was like it's easy when there's one easy villain when it's like I'm the big bad guy, but then when you see just how there's nothing complicated about abuse, but when you see like kind of the intricacies of their marriage and how it's never you don't get it, it's never going to happen. That just was really sad to me.
Were
And
you
I
ready
don't
to
know
forgive him?
people and that. What's that?
Were you ready to forgive him yourself?
No. No, I
Okay.
wasn't ready to forgive him. I just was ready to see if she would open that path because it's
Gotcha.
possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, all you gotta do is hit me but one time and you're gonna get this here. But I don't know. It just seeing him that way, but also it made me think it wasn't just I miss my wife. It was like our leader is giving up. I guess we're gonna die. It made me
Yeah.
also think if you guys were about to go into battle victoriously, if Toranaga was like, I'm gonna bounce back and you're my top warrior and we're gonna do this, would you still be apologizing to your wife? Would you still be performing this tea ceremony for her? That's another thing is it was a life or death situation. Like, well, we're gonna die, so I might as well. So it was complicated. It was
Right.
complicated.
Gotcha. Gotcha. He started out well. He was smooth with it. Like we said, perform. He was shooting his shot. Kim, who else shot their shot at a young lady that they were interested in this episode? Your boy, the nefarious Mr. Lord Ishido, walking with Miss Lady
Man,
Ochiba.
dude.
Yeah.
This game is so weak.
You beat me to
Let me
it.
kick a little game with you. Baby, let me kick a little
Yeah,
game. You don't have any game. You don't have any game, Ishido. You ain't got none.
yeah, man.
You ain't got no game.
He bowed out gracefully though, because she gave him that awkward pause, you know. But he was he was like, yeah,
He was
here's
like,
my
I
chance.
mean, just maybe something to think about. It was like,
Yeah, yeah.
get out of here, man.
At least he walked away. At least he walked away. Well, yeah, man, let's strengthen. You know, and it's the way he played it too. Like, hey, you know, I'm not really just cutting for you. I'm just trying to strengthen our alliance. You know what I'm saying? You know, for the good of Japan.
Right?
You know, I
Right?
mean,
I mean, I
yeah,
don't have real feelings. I
right,
mean, you're
right,
political, I'm political. Why
right,
don't we
right,
just like make this a thing? Like it
right,
was so weak because he started out saying like, "I watched you when you were with our
right,
master. Like I
right,
watched how beautiful and resilient you are." And let's be honest, he was no angel, and you just stood strong like a strong phoenix woman rising from the ashes. Oh, she bitch! Like I don't know. He just
yeah,
was coming from all these angles. Like, how
yeah,
could I maybe leave the
yeah,
situation with her hand? It was so it was so weak, dude. And but it's funny. I love this actress. Her eyes say a lot. This actress
Woo.
really does a lot with her eyes.
Yes,
I really
this is
love
true.
love the way she performs. But he's such a
Yeah. I don't like him. I was tickled. I got a good laugh out of that. I got a good chuckle. Just like, man, yeah, come on. She's not gonna go for that right there. You don't took all these hostages. Yeah, she just doesn't. I can go down the list, but she's just really not
golly.
feeling you like that, bro. So keep it moving, Ishido. Keep it moving. We're gonna see how
But
things
what
play
First
out.
Mother said about him was embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
What First
Was
Wife,
it Dayon
Lady
or Diane?
Lady
Lady
Daya,
Diane?
Daya, I want to say Dion.
That
Please
sounds good to
correct
me.
me, you guys. I know
Yeah.
somebody, Dion, I think. But she
Yeah.
was like, he came from nothing
Is
and he ain't
nothing.
going nowhere. Like I was like, ow, that hurt.
Yeah.
She called it
When
like it was.
when your loved ones are in pain and dying, this is obvious without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It can really change your mind and make you go on a 180 as far as you know what direction you're going to head in, because we saw that with Toranaga and Yabushige and the engine of the Blackthorne, but we saw that with Lady Ochiba as well towards the end, where she did approach Ishido with a piece of paper, and we're going to see what that means at the beginning of the next episode. And or I don't necessarily
Yeah.
remember, but I'm curious. I'm pretty sure you are. What do you think? What do you think that meant? If we didn't.
I think she's like, all right, let's do this. Because it
Okay.
was funny because that she I don't know what is your did she really care about First Wife, or because they kind of were in cahoots, like because they kind of were like, we both are married to the same awful man, because she referred to Lady Ochiba's son as our son, like tell our son
Mhm,
he can look for me in your land.
mhm.
So it was kind of this like sister wife kind of situation, like, hey, we're suffering together. Like, did she really care for her? Do you think she really listened to her?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm a vote yes. What about you?
I mean, her dying words were, this guy sucks. Like, this guy's a loser. Don't keep playing these games. Cause she's like, little girl, you're playing a lot of games and you're
Right.
playing games with the wrong people. He's a
Right.
loser. Stop playing games and stop playing with him. So man, I don't know, because I'm like, she gave you her dying words of wisdom, and you're like, I mean, that's nice and all, but I kind of have my own thing I want to do. So,
Well,
like,
let,
I don't know. I don't know.
let's stay on the Chiba too, because I want to. Hopefully, you can help clarify something for me. Because when Martine approached Toranaga with information, and he was like, "Bruh, you telling me stuff that I already got, information from my spies." And before Toranaga sent him to Osaka with the
Mhm.
message that they're going to surrender, but
Mhm.
Haramatsu peep game and was like, "Oh no, he bullshitting him. He's trying to make them think that we're going to surrender, but he's going to fight." But
Yeah.
then Haramatsu was tricked as well, which we'll get to later, because he was like, "Oh, I thought you was going to fight, but you're giving up, seppuku." Um, they talked about because Toranaga was like, "Okay, um, Hiromatsu, I want your opinion on things. I want your advice. Fill me in." He was like, says, what is it? It starts with the T. Well, we're gonna call him Martine. He was like, he does have a point about you should ally with Lady Ochiba. Osaka is not the enemy. Ishido is. And
Mhm.
it's under the reign of Osaka is under the reign of Ishido. At the beginning of that conversation, they said that they couldn't understand why Lady Ochiba hates Toranaga. But in the middle, towards
Mhm.
the end of the conversation, they were saying that, how did that go from she hates you and Toranaga says that he doesn't understand her hatred, to where, okay, hey, let's ally together? Like, how are they piecing that together? That was a big jump to me. Does my question make sense?
100%. And I gotta tell you, Brandon, I ain't got nothing for you, because I have the same exact question. I have the
Okay.
same exact question, because I was like, it's one thing for the Padre to come and be like, hey, let's make peace. or you don't have to surrender. Why don't we come to some sort of agreement? Why don't you give them land? Like, he could have came at that angle, but the fact that he came at the angle of, why don't you partner with her? Like, are you just a third party that is so clueless and like, stay out of grown folks' business? You don't even know what you're talking about. She hates me. Like, be
Right.
friends with her. That's not even on the table. She's not even talking about that. So where do you come from?
Right.
Like, where do you come from coming in and suggesting that? I don't know where that came from for the
Okay.
Padres side, but I thought it was interesting how they were like, I need more backstory. I know they've been going back and forth a bit, and I need a little bit more backstory of what happened with Toranaga and Ochiba, because to me, the whole father story, like, I get that, but that's not enough. I need more, because why did you say fear is her enemy? What is she afraid of? Honestly, if you would just let me go home, like, you kept me in that 5-star prison in Osaka against my
Mhm.
will. I just want to go home. Toranaga wasn't like calling for war. He just wanted to go. He didn't even want to be one of the regents. He was over that. So why are you afraid? I'm not even coming at you. Ishido's making up lies. He's taking. I don't even think Toranaga's wife is. I think she's still in Osaka.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she knows her son is dead. Like, Ishido is doing all this. Like, I just want to go to Ito. I just want to go home. So I don't
Yeah.
quite understand why Lady Ochiba is so fearful. Fearful of what?
Yeah.
Brandon, I have a big old question mark above my head.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that scene, but I know we have some viewers that have been just dropping knowledge in the comments on my
Right.
page. Someone put like a whole paragraph of like Japanese culture, and to that viewer, I want to say thank you, because you know a lot, my friend.
Right on.
If someone could
Okay.
drop
Good.
some knowledge, because Brandon, that missed me.
Yeah. The Toranaga Ochiba Lady Ochiba relationship has been the biggest question mark for me this whole season. We've talked about it before, like episode 3 or 4. I don't remember. I know we talked about it, like,
Yeah, when
what's
there was
going
that.
on.
Remember, I thought they were having an affair.
Right.
I thought
So,
that baby was his.
and then the two, Toranaga, because Mariko was in there as well, I think. And Toranaga asked her, like, well, you know her, y'all grew up together. Do you think that she
Yeah.
would ally with me? And to be honest with you, I forgot exactly what Mariko said, but drop your
She was the one that said her enemy is fear, not
okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now about Toranaga, this dude just got sick out of nowhere. He got the fever, apparently,
He ain't sick.
apparently the death of his son. You said he ain't sick. You don't
No,
really? You
he's
think this is
not sick. He's such a trickster.
really?
But you,
He did
he's
wake up
not
from his nap
sick.
with some energy towards the end. I was like, okay, you better now.
Because
You
he
didn't
knows people are listening. Let me
wow.
tell you something, Brandon. This guy, when somebody made that little comment of like, Toranaga is known for his trickery, I think that was one of those things that was, in terms of story and script, was so little that we really needed to pay attention to. He is a
You
trickster
really don't think
on
he was sick?
another freaking level, dude. No, he
Huh.
wasn't sick. He's
Wow.
playing. When I tell you this, man, when you said he's playing 3D chess, he is playing 3D chess, my man. He's playing 4D chess. He's not sick. He's not surrendering. I don't even know if he's really sad. He's probably sad at his son's death, but he's playing the game all around. He's like, I need to look weak. I'm
Oh
sick.
my
I'm
gosh.
feeble. I'm so depressed. I'm so I'm sick and I give up. He is playing because this guy is so smart. He's so freaking smart, dude. The servants are watching, the soldiers are watching, the handmaid are watching, the hoes are watching.
The whole
That everybody's watching and people are talking. He's got spies. He knows Ishido might have spies. So at its very core, he needs to make it seem like I am so broken. Oh,
wow.
I'm just so broken. He's not sick.
Okay, Kim.
He's not sick.
I can't wait to see what our viewers say because we've our thoughts haven't 100% aligned during these recaps. A lot of people have had a lot of joy in the comments saying, "No, Brandon, you're wrong. Kimberly is right."
Okay,
So
I'm sometimes I'm way off.
I'm eager to see. I never that never crossed my mind that he wasn't sick.
He's a trickster on
So
another level, Brandon. That's what at least what I think.
This is
Because
true.
look at how weak it made him seem when they were like, look how weak. I mean, he went from Toranaga sama, and he's got his fan, and he's so regal to like,
He
I
was
give up.
visibly
I give up.
You could see the pale face when Hiromatsu did
Brandon, in
the
fourth grade, I would hold my breath nearly to passing out, so I would get clammy and stay home and watch The Busy World of Richard Scarry and eat Campbell soup with my mom. Like
Okay.
I would do anything to stay sick and look like I'm sick.
Okay.
He knows he's a liar. He's a liar in the best way because I'm rooting for him, but bro's a liar.
Okay. And it's sad that his son, the way they worded it, Yabushige at the beginning of the episode, man, he cracked his head on a rock. He was like, he's like, yeah, write that down in the records. That's down there with getting eaten by a dog or boiled or something like that.
He's such he always has something to say. Whenever it comes to Yabushige, I'm like, oh, I can't stand you.
Yeah. I can't either. So they're mourning for 49 days. They're turning themselves in. I'm also, it's kind of weird to me that we didn't see his brother in this episode, Saki or whatever his name was, just kind of hear his commentary on, what transpired and all that. But yeah, they return to Edo and they're giving up. And of course, nobody agrees with Toranaga. Blackthorne really voiced his opinion. But in the last episode, but now he's free. I don't know if I want to talk about Yabushige or Blackthorne, but Blackthorne tried to sail under Yabushige's banner. Mariko is super duper offended, just like she's really annoyed by him. Yeah, Yabushige turns him down on me. The nephew was like, this is disgraceful. How are you feeling about Blackthorne? Just like, F Toronaga, well, let's ride together, Yabushige. Let's ride. Like, is he right or wrong for that? Can you understand where it's coming from? Or
this guy,
how you feeling about that?
Dude, bro, this guy needs a purpose. This guy needs a fight. I mean, remember, he's got 2 kids at home. Like, and he's like, and Mariko's offended. She's like, we made you a general. We got you your own outfit. We gave you your own Airbnb. Like, you don't have to check out. Like, we gave you all this stuff. And you're seriously going to turn your back on our Lord, like, so quickly? Like, cause she's ride or die. Like, loyalty means so much. It means everything to her. And Blackthorne's like, I just need some fight. Like, he needs a purpose. Cause something that really got me is when he said, cause after old dude went back to his crew and was like, he was ready to see his men. He's thinking that they're going to be like, leader, pilot, you're back. And they were like, their area smelled like piss. There was flies everywhere. They were hanging out with whores. The guy said they're drinking up all the sake in the land. Please get them out of here. And you end up punching the guy's lights out. And they're like, screw you, man. So I really felt him when he said, I'm coming to you. I'm lost. I know I don't belong here. And I know my guys, they don't even want to go home. Like, I need a purpose. Can I ride with you? And to me, it made sense for him to ask for Yabushige because Toranaga, like, according to what he sees, Toranaga completely gave up. And he's pissed because he's like, I was ready to leave. And then we had the earthquake and we got a little sidetracked. And then you gave me these swords, but I still want to go home. And they're like, no, 60 more days. I still want to go home. Like, you kept me here under pretenses of this great war, of this crimson sky. And you got the flu and you're just going to give up? and your
Yeah.
son is dead, and this is utter defeat. I was fighting for myself against the Portuguese. It was about the Portuguese, the Catholics and the Protestants. You made me give up my fight and take on your fight. And now you don't want to fight anymore. So I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him for trying to fly under Yabashige. I'm not mad at him at all. That guy needs a purpose. He needs a reason. And he either needs to get back home or fight the Portuguese like he wanted to. So I'm not mad at him at all, but I mean, like we saw, he's predictable.
I'm not mad at him either. You're right. He is predictable. And Yamashige, he called him Gohawks, with short wings, because he predicted the whole thing. Toronaga, when he was talking to Mariko at the end of the episode, like, hey, did Blackthorne go to Yabashige yet? So, but I'm gonna come back to that. I am not, with you. I'm not mad at Blackthorne for making that decision. We're trying to align with Omi and Yamashige. However, I'm still annoyed with his character a bit because he's still evil in a sense, or just not honest or dishonest. But he got so much respect during this season because because his men that he beat the crap out of, beat to death, he hit him 11 times.
Really.
I count him.
Oh my
I
God.
counted. He was like, when we left the Santa Ana, when we left the Santa Ana ship or whatever, we could have turned and went back home. When the captain blew his head off, there was no more mission. But you, the pilot, you wanted to still go on your voyage with your own agenda. And look, we had like what, 5 ships. Now we're only down to 6 men, and we've been trapped here drunk, with flies and stuff. This is your fault. And then he got his ass whooped because he got trudged up. So it's kind of like, I understand where the man is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like where the guy that got beat up, I understand where he's coming from, and just put yourself in his shoes. You don't, he's the one that got you into this mess, but you're over here living it up, getting promoted. You got all these nice clothes, take it off. You need to be looking like us. And so, his man in the show, we have not seen his men do anything wrong, but they got the short end of the stick. While we got this person that led us to death, we've been in Japan for months, because you don't want to communicate. You want to be the captain. You want to be the pilot. You want to do this. We know what type of person Blackthorne was because of his journal in the first 3 episodes that they was translating it. So I don't know. It's just Blackthorne is getting away with a lot of ish, in my opinion.
He is. We since he started falling in love with Mariko, we've seen a gentler side of him. And I think you're right, Brandon. You just hit it on the nose. We forgot about the journal. We forgot about basically war crimes. Like, we forgot he's a sneaky guy too. And I think we've been under his plight of, like, a stranger in a strange land so much that we forgot who he really is. And because I did not expect that from his guy.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that at all. If anything, I expected him to be like, oh, so this is you now? Oh, so you're wearing their stuff? You're speaking their language? Like, I totally expected that argument, but I didn't expect him to be like, I'm not going anywhere. You lied to us.
Yeah.
We're here because of you in more ways than one. We wanted to go home. And now all of a sudden you want to go home and I'm supposed to get up? No.
Right.
So, but it's funny because certain villains, certain people, when they're paired together, are perfect. Like, sometimes I don't like people sometimes, but you're the crazy we need. You're the evil we need. Like, I still think you're crazy. I still think you're evil, but at the end, I gotta say, Brandon, when I saw them on the ship together, I got really excited because I was like,
Yabashige and Blackthorne.
Yeah, and I was like, you two sneaky buggers. This is the crazy we need right now. I'm for it. You selfish ass. Like, let's see. Let's see what you do with this. I was for it. I was excited, and Toranaga wasn't surprised. He's playing chess. He knew Yabashige can't resist the opportunity to screw me over. And I pushed everyone to desperation. I can see where Blackthorne is. So he's gonna go over to Yabashige. You know what? If I can get them, I don't even need to get them to do that. They'll do it on their own.
Right.
I love his scheming. I love it.
Right. And when you call them, I think you said two buggers. Blackthorne was desperate, of course. He didn't want to, align with him because when Mariko was translating for him doing the proposal, he was like, "Oh, you like Yabashige now?" He was like, "No, he's a shit face or shit something shithead, but
Yeah,
he's a brave head, And so
yeah.
he's like, "I'm out of
Yep.
options, basically,
I liked it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I did too. I did too. I got a nice kick out of doing the funeral. It's kind of crazy that Toranaga wasn't there during the march, but his
Yeah.
men, his vassals, were in army and army in their armor in protest. Like,
Yeah.
"Man, this man,
Yeah. They were protesting. That was interesting.
we want to fight. I didn't think it was going to lead to the meeting that happened the next day. But I was really intrigued by that. You can comment on it if you want to. I'm looking at a scene right here. What else stood out to you in the episode that I haven't went over yet that kind of has you excited? If you don't have anything, I got the next scene, but I'm just kind of curious. I want to pass it to you real quick.
Oh man. I don't know. I think getting close to the end, like just seeing where everybody's story is going and just seeing how everybody is, they're scheming behind Toranaga, but all of a sudden, when he's super vulnerable and when he gives up, it affects you guys so much. It's like Omi, like it didn't affect you a whole lot when you used Toranaga's son to blow up the enemy
Right.
and start some stuff. But it's so funny. Everyone's so quick to screw him over. But when he's weak, when he gives up, to see the effect that it has on everyone, like the whole episode, I don't know if you noticed, the whole episode, Omi looked like he was gonna crap his pants. He was
Oh,
like nervous and every single shot of him, he was about to cry several times because it's like as much as you disrespect this man, you need him. And now that he's given up, you are scared shitless because you know you need him. Omi looked scared and like on the verge of tears in every scene.
When you say that they need him, then they need Omi or Toranaga.
Toranaga.
Okay.
Like you guys
Gotcha.
disrespect him, you backstab him, you use his son, you scheme against him, you partner up with the guy that wants him dead, all this stuff. But now that he's given up and said, okay, fine, I'll just die. Now you're scared. Now you need him. Like Omi was so vulnerable and angry when he was like, I give up. I just want to die peacefully. And Omi was like, oh, can we are we just gonna let this happen? Like he was so nervous and scared the whole time. But even Yabashige, like it was interesting to me this episode how serious Yabashige was because he realizes, okay, I was playing your power against his power, but now that you're just giving up, this is interesting. What do I do with this? So I'm really trying to also figure out what Yabashige is up to because he's in a situation where you got found out, like you're two-timing Ishido and Toranaga, and they both call your bluff, but now it's coming back around to the point where now they're calling for you guys to surrender and die with him. So Yabashige is like, he can't play games right now. It's really serious for him right now. So just seeing everybody on edge and just understanding what Toranaga's leadership means to the whole company was very interesting to me.
Right on. What is her name? You call her Lady Marmalade. Is the
oh yeah.
And Kiku, and we're talking about Kiki or Kiku. You're talking about Omi. He got to see her again. It like he was about to cry out there as well when she got the tea house and talking about this is where the door entrance is going to be, and live on the life of a courtesan. Why is this man so hooked on her? Is it that good? Apparently so, Miss Kim. Apparently so. Yeah, the Grand Master.
A lot of ladies, and
yeah,
I guess. I
I
guess,
also
and every man doesn't matter, so I don't know why he's still hung up. But
that's the thing, man. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. I did get a kick out. I wish I had the soundbite, but I did get a kick out of Martine when he learned. He was like, "Yeah, we got the land over here on the beach. We're going to build a church. Hey, who are those people over there? Oh, those are the
that
people."
was,
He was so disappointed
bro,
and sad.
I
Like, what?
screamed at the TV. I said, "Ah!" like,
Man, yeah,
I
the
was
last
like,
neighbors he wanted.
ah.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
he's like, and this is where our church will be. And Toronaga was like, see, he's playing people. Toronaga be playing people. He was like, and I give up. I'm gonna die peacefully, but don't think I forgot about you. There's still a plot of land for you. You can still build your church. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man
yeah.
of my word. And he gets there, and they're like, who are our neighbors? What? Horse? What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Round turned upside
That
down.
was amazing because
Yeah.
that screws
Nope.
her. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Maybe a lot of corrupt people. Maybe it helps her, but like I don't know. Like if you look at it in the right way, you're both serving your purpose in life.
Yeah.
Helping
Two
the
polar
sinners.
opposites.
They're
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, that is you couldn't get more opposite than that right there, right next to each other. So we're gonna see who brings in the clients and who turns them away, and that's quite interesting right there. So that's actually very, very funny. But yeah, man, this episode here, it ended, and it was heartbreaking. I just didn't see it coming. This was some of the best TV I've seen in a while. I don't want to say
It's
ever,
Walking Dead for me.
but in a while. This scene right here, man, where you know tomorrow Yabashige is going to report to Osaka and turn in the guns, turn in the cannons, and I want all of my generals, all my vassals with their signature of surrender. And only people that signed it was Yabashige and Omi. When I got to that third person, he put his hand up. Hey, man, we cannot follow you. We are sorry. We are here to advise you. What, y'all are being defiant right now? Hey, bro, we have fought. You giving up everything that you fought for, and man, just the delivery of the lines was everything.
Wow.
What is more important, the survival of our clan or Japan? And I'm just like,
That was
hey, you
heavy.
got a good point. Like I was feeling both sides, Kim. I was like,
Yep.
like I
Yep.
can't get mad. I'm frustrated with Toranaga, but I can't get mad at him because he don't want no bloodshed. I mean, like, you don't. I mean, it's not like he's against it. He was fighting since he was 12. He don't want that. That's some trauma right there. He don't want to relive that again. That's probably why Nagakato is so effed up in the head, or was, because he tried to keep his son away from that lifestyle. It's like, no, I don't, no. But they were 10 toes down. They was like, nah, bro, we can't have you going out like that. And then Hiromatsu and the generals get into it. No, this is between me and him and me. Well, let's have this conversation, Toranaga. And like, Toranaga stood on business. I just knew that he was going to give in. I was like, bro, throw your pride aside, player. Come on, man. These men are willing to fight for you and die for you, man. Your name will be, etched in history forever. Let's stand and fight. Making good points, Bart. We don't gotta go to Osaka. If we chill right here, they gotta come attack us. Oh, Kim. Oh, golly. The lines, the intensity, the acting, just the way that Hiromatsu, he stood up, opened up his shirt just with so much passion. It's like, you gonna feel this death, like my guy, I was saying my nigga. You gonna have nightmares going every night. Next 10 years watching me take out myself. Okay, you're gonna feel it's gonna be like you stabbing yourself. I was like, son, I can't chop my daddy head off, Kim. I can't do it. And then just the amount of loyalty, like Buntaro did that with no question. Okay, Dad, I got you. What? Come on. I know I'm yapping, but it was crazy. It was crazy. Let it out. Get out. Where you?
Dude, bruh. Heartbreaking all around. I was waiting for that moment because I don't know, part of me, because when Hiromatsu said, "You guys, no, he's not giving up. He wants to fight. He wouldn't have sent the Padre back with
Right.
a message for Ochiba if he didn't want to fight. Trust me, I know him. He wants to fight." I was like, okay, here we go with the trickery. Okay. So in that scene, I was like, you know what? Hiromatsu's right. Just let this play out. Let this play out because somebody, maybe Toranaga expects them and he wants to rally the troops because maybe it's not enough for him to go in alone. Maybe he needs to rally the troops for them to protest and for them to be like, no, we're going to war. Like this is his way of getting everyone riled up and excited to go attack Ishido, go back into Osaka. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm feeling it. Yeah, he's his trickery is working. And somebody's gonna stand up and go, okay, enough. We're going, and either you
Yeah.
stay here or not, but we're going. I was waiting for that. I thought that's what we were gonna get. And
Yeah.
then when Hiromatsu was like, you know what? It really looks like he's actually giving up because he was like, wait. Come on, like tell everyone your plan now. You know,
Right.
come on,
Right.
we
Right.
get it. We get it. And when people started signing, he was like, wait a minute. Are you
Yeah.
really gonna punk out? Are you
Mm.
serious? You're really gonna punk out? Because
Yeah.
now it's like I've ridden with you, and Hiromatsu was right. At this point, it's not about the country. It's not about forgotten country. This is between me and him. Because I have been riding with you since we were kids.
Yeah.
You are my best friend. We trust each other with each other's life. I have put my life on the line for you many a time. And you're really gonna do this? Okay, so now it's between me and you. And when he
Very
threatened to
personal.
kill himself, I was like, absolutely not. In my head, I don't know. I haven't watched, I'm watching episode by episode. In my head, I saw them on the battlefield together. Like both, I don't know how this is gonna end, but both defeating Ishido or both defeating Osaka. I I didn't see this coming. And when he said, I'll kill myself, for me, I was like, all right, it's settled. Toranaga's gonna quit this nonsense. That's where I was, Brandon.
Yeah. Me
I was
too.
like, obviously, he's not gonna let this sweet man that we have all
Right.
totally fallen in love with. He's Unc. He's
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he's Pookie. Everybody know Pookie. Like he's that uncle. Like he's not going nowhere. Man,
Yeah.
my the
I knew. I
tears
knew it was gonna stop. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the tears when he opened his thing and Buntaro got up. I was like, no, no, and I just, Brandon, I cried for real, for
Yeah.
real. Like when he stabbed himself. And can we also just talk about the special effects? Usually beheadings,
Yeah.
it's a very quick cut, and we get the point that you beheaded. That was the most real beheading scene I've ever seen in film or television.
Yeah.
That was,
Very
I
effective.
was like, because usually they cut away. I'm like, whoa, that looks
Yeah.
so real. And it's so disturbing because
Yeah.
we fell in love with this man and we fell in love with their friendship.
Yeah.
I
On top of
Brandon, I'm
that, on top of
joking.
the practical effects, when they showed the head roll, his face stopped looking. When it stopped rolling, the face was pointed towards Tornaga, and it was a painful face. He was like, in pain, like like with his eyes like squinting, and so that was even more horrifying. Like Tornaga's. I wasn't joking. He's gonna have nightmares. That's why he was so distraught.
But bro, you play
When
too much. You have
Mariko
all
put
these.
them.
You didn't have to do that. You play too damn much. You didn't
Yeah,
have to do that. They would
yeah,
have gone. They would and okay. So spies in the land, like whatever. You could have just been dramatic and walked out. You didn't have to. I don't know, Brandon. I'm so mad. I'm mad at Tornaga because I feel
yeah,
like you want to be dramatic and play politics. You do that on your own time. You don't let somebody kill themselves over something you're not really going to do. What the?
Yeah,
man.
and
Like,
yeah, the supporting cast was like, Stop this madness," like this was some intense ish right here, man. I
I
was
thought Omi was gonna piss himself. I really thought he was gonna have a Star is Born moment and piss himself on stage. Like, I'm like, this guy's gonna piss himself. He was just like, what?
that should have been
Somebody gotta say something. You gonna say something? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Like this guy.
yeah,
I'm mad. I'm mad.
yeah,
I'm mad.
yeah,
And Hiromatsu, it's even more heartbreaking, Brandon, because he's that kind of friend that he will do. A real friend puts himself on the line for you to make yourself better.
mhm.
And that's why he did that. To be like, no, you're not going to quit. You're better than this. I will put my life on it that you're better than this. And
Yeah,
Toronaga was like, okay.
yeah, and to end that scene, Toranaga was hurt. He was too powerful to admit it. The look on his face, his expression was like, I done effed up, and I cannot go. It's too late. Like, damn, what did I do? You know, this sucks, man. I also was kind of thinking, what would have Blackthorne, what would he have said, or how would he have reacted if he was there? Maybe it's better that he wasn't, because
He would have ran. He would have ran because he has no manners. He would have ran and he would have knocked him down and tried to knock the knife out of his hand. He would have maybe gotten cut. He would have gotten out of place. He wouldn't have stood there. He wouldn't have kneeled there.
Yeah.
He'd say, "This is madness. This is madness," and he would have ran and knocked over Hiromatsu. Not to like put himself in the place, but like stop the like I don't think we've seen a scene where I don't remember seeing Blackthorne after this to say something about it. Oh no, on the ship, but he didn't. I don't remember Blackthorne reacting to this. So
Yeah.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
About this.
So the next scene we talked about earlier, Mariko goes to approach Toranaga. She expresses her thoughts. She respectively said to him, "You tripping, bruh," without being rude or disrespectful. And he was like, "Hey, this happened. It had to happen. It didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but are you ready to do your part?" Yabashige and Blackthorne team up. We're allies. We're allies. Mariko shows up with the papers, like, "Hey." And it's just funny. She had the invitation, the documents, like, "Hey, my boy Toranaga knew y'all was gonna link up. I'm here to join you on your voyage to Osaka," with the smirk on her face. And so we're gonna see.
Nobody's getting away with anything. Like, haven't you? The funny thing, Brandon, is that they keep doing this, especially Yabashige. He's been called out so many times by both Ishido and Toranaga. Have both been like, "So, you're playing his side today. So what are you gonna do today?" Like, the fact that they're like 5-year-old boys that keep stealing candy and keep getting caught, and then next thing I look over and your hand's like on the counter, and it's like, you keep getting. I know what you're doing. I see it. Like, how do you guys still are surprised that like he knows what we're up to? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
She has this smirk on her face. So what is up her sleeve, Kim? We got 2 episodes left. Lady Ochiba approaches Ishido. We talked about that, and then Toranaga he approaches the grave side of his son. Is like, "Thank you, Nagakato. Thank you, Hiromatsu. You bought me some time. It's going down." Episode 9 is titled Crimson Sky. So we're gonna see. I will say this, and please don't be mad at me. If you're watching this, throw all of your expectations away. This is not going to end the way you think it is. However, I was satisfied. I'll just say that. I've been checking out. I haven't seen anybody come remotely close to how they think this whole thing is going to conclude.
Well, after I want to sell this episode, I don't know what you mean by that. So don't worry. Cool. I have no idea, because I did not think this episode was going to go this way. So you're in the clear, Brandon. I have no idea what you mean by that.
Good. Because it didn't end the way I thought it would. But when it came, and I'm speaking all the way to episode 10, I was like, I'm satisfied with that. Your final thoughts, and what do you think is going to happen next? If you want to even speculate or guess.
Um, I'm devastated. Hiromatsu, I would have accepted a death in the final war scene if there will ever be one. I would have accepted that more than I would have accepted him dying for something
Yeah.
that Toranaga wasn't even freaking planning to do. I'm upset. I'm mad at Toranaga right now. Like I like Toranaga. I love Toranaga. But right
Mhm.
now I'm like, we're not talking. Like right now. I'm
Yeah.
not talking to you right now. Like we're not cool. Like if you're wondering if we're cool, we're not cool. Mariko, I mean, we saw a little bit of what she can bring with her fighting, but I feel like it's about to be on. I feel like I mean, we have seen nothing but strength and dignity, and she's wise and um, she's resilient. But I feel like we haven't seen anything yet from her. I don't know what's in the next two episodes. I have no idea. I haven't watched them. I haven't even I just heard the title from you. Like I really do when I do these reviews, I like everything to be extremely fresh for those who are wondering. So I don't know what's to come. I just feel like she's about to throw down. That's how I feel. We haven't seen how bad. I think she's a bad girl. Don't play with her. You played with her faith. You played with her marriage. You played with her leaders. Like you played with her grandfather. Like man, I feel like y'all done pissed her off. I don't know. I
We're
don't
gonna
know,
see.
Brandon.
We're gonna see. I can't wait to talk to you about it. 2 episodes left, guys. 2 episodes left. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to wrap up me and Miss Kimberly's recap review of Shogun episode 8, The Abyss of Life. This was heartbreaking, but my goodness gracious, some of the best, most entertaining pieces of television that has ever graced our senses. Guys, let us know what you thought about the episode in the comments below. Let us know what you thought. That's the episodes. The episode. Let us know what you thought about our commentary. Let us know what you're going to think happens next. And if you read the books, I heard it was like a 12. This is, the book was like 1,200 pages. Give your opinions
You
on that as
know,
well. Give your opinions on everything. We want
yeah.
to know it all. We want to know it all. Kimberly, again, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. This is so much fun each week, and I can't wait till next week we do episode 9. But before we head out of here, what do you have going on your channel for the good people to look forward to?
Yeah, you guys, I'm gearing up for my new podcast called The Film That Made You. It is about how film has changed our lives. And if you have been impacted by a film to make a major life change, really inspired you to turn things around in your life, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to everyday people who have allowed film to transform their lives. That's what the podcast is about. So hit me up on Instagram. You can email me at whatisgoodkimberlyproductions@gmail.com. And yeah, I'm excited about my podcast. Film has changed my life, and I want to talk to you guys about it. So hit me up. You can always leave a comment. You guys, I also want to say to the people who are leaving comments on these Shogun reviews, thank you so much. You guys have been wonderful and kind, and have just so many people are bringing knowledge of Japanese history, of the books. I love the community of the film industry. So thanks for being a part of the community, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to share and like and subscribe to Brandon's channel. And he's so close to 50,000 subscribers. So tell your friends, and let's subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, I will really appreciate that. At the time of this recording, I am 103 subscribers away from 50K. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But at the time of this recording, check out Movie News Roundup show number 123. That popped up this past Sunday. And also check out the latest episode of Super Duper, where we got some Silver Surfer casting, also some other good stuff. And I'm using my new platform too, guys. So things are,
Congrats, man.
that was the third time I've used it. And so it's going to get even better. It's going to get even better. But guys, again, we just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Kimberly, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.